This episode of the Red Bull Rant is by the fine patrons that support us through patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. You can support us for the low price of $1 a month, and you can get exclusive content, including a monthly wrap-up for the New York Red Bulls. We want to send a special shout-out to our patrons who support us at $5 a month. That is our producer-level reward. Thank you to Jeremiah Dempster, William Martin, Gwen Rachesco, Clayton John, Chris Adamek, and Maeve Dartinez. Now, on to the show. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. If you aren't expecting adult language, why even bother listening? Welcome, my friends, to the show never ends. This is the Red Bull Rant podcast. I'm your host, Jason Ipico.
I'm Truman, and this is episode 378. It's not always bad.
No, not always. Most of the time, but not always.
Sometimes you get lucky.
Sure, we'll go with that. So, Red Bulls have their first win in forever.
That's right.
They somehow went down to Miami and won 4-0. So good for them on that one. But they followed that up with a 1-1 home draw to New York City FC, which very late stoppage time, lucky interpretation of the handball rule. So I guess I'll take it. All right. Before we get into our thoughts, Truman, do you have the tweets to read out?
Plenty of tweets, right? Plenty of tweets, plenty of GIFs and memes. So this might be a tough one to get through. Anyway, but let's talk about Friday night's win. We got some good ones. Ed Ritter 60 says positive goal differential. That counts for something, right? Yeah, sure. Rachesco said, where the fuck was that all summer? The problem was we weren't playing Inter Miami every game. At JBS
all year. I'm going to say all year.
Yeah. At JBS 319 said, of course this happens after they give up on the season. Brian Roth has a meme saying it's about damn time. Steven Santos shows Red Bull Owl. Red Bull Owl died, didn't he? Do we know if Red Bull Owl
that was technically Miami Owl, right?
Yeah. So the Owl is back, kicking ass. Captain Narlock at Mod Joshi said, is Miami that bad, or did we actually figure shit out?
Yes.
More on them later on the show. And at Michael Pachalik had a meme saying, it's a good thing with Martha Stewart. Now, let's get into last night, where it was mostly Steven Santos sending us tons of memes. But we do have our good friend Anthony saying a prime example of when a draw feels like a win. The young players need to mature. The stupid fouls only help time stalling by NYC FC. Thankful that the refs gave us all that extra time after all that time wasting, which I do love to see. Steven Santos did say he enjoyed AEW Grand Slam, which is where he was. I don't blame him. I probably would have been at the same place given the chance. Uncle Mike, again, he says a 1-1 draw against East Hartford FC is not a big deal unless they choked in the dying minutes, which they did.
And he of all people would know.
Yes.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. That's not the right person. I'm not thinking of New York City SC fan Mike. That's a different Mike.
No, this is Mike Pachalik.
Yeah, sorry, Mike Pachalik. Wrong Mike.
Not Blue Meanie Mike.
Yeah.
This was also followed up by lots of GIFs of AEW. We could have done a separate show talking about that show because it was awesome.
Which I haven't seen.
So good. Anyway, Adam from Earth says, not good enough. Season saved a fluke. Handball does not. That game ducking sucked. I hope that was a typo. I mean, you could have just said fucking sucked. It's okay, buddy. We should not be proud. More memes of near dying Red Bull. Oh, I don't remember what show this is from. What the hell is this show from? What is that show? I can't remember the name of it.
That's not Adventure Time. I can't remember the other one on Cartoon Network.
Adventure Time. It's that show.
But it was the other one that came on Cartoon Network around the same time.
Yeah. I'll finish up with Viking Armor SC tweeting one of my favorite GIFs / sound bites, and that's I like turtles. Classic.
All right, let's see what Google says. Of course, there's so many shows that they have.
Yeah, you're not going to find it. I forget the name of that show, but I do like the meme, so.
Yeah, I'm not going to find it that quickly, so not worth it. Adventure Time is the only one I really remember because it has the same voice actor that did Bender on Futurama.
Yeah.
Oh, well. So let's get into our likes and dislikes. So, Truman, what did you dislike about these two matches?
I mean, I guess I'll talk about last night because aside from the last-minute penalty, that was hard to watch. Hard. Brutal. It was like a slow death that entire game. There was nothing to get excited about. It was just rough. There were just moments where you were waiting for blue team to score, which they did eventually do. Shocked they didn't score more because it was painful. It was really painful to watch. That's the best way I can describe 99% of that game.
I'm going to say something for my like. By the way, it's Regular Show. I found it.
Regular Show. Yes, Regular Show. That is the name of that.
I found it by searching Cartoon Network animated show Raccoon.
There you go.
My dislike is going to be that we played so well against Miami and then we played so poorly against New York City. I mean, I know New York City's a better team, but you're at home. There was a decent number of fans there last night, considering it was a Wednesday night. You got to play better.
And the makeup game is what that was, too.
I know. It was a makeup game, but you got to play better.
Yeah.
Right? There's no weather this time to bail you out, but...
Yeah.
All right. Likes, I'm going to go with the fact that when I sat down at 10 o'clock last night to watch the Red Bulls game, ESPN spoiled the score in the 89th minute and saved me from having to watch 89 minutes of torture. I only had to watch 8 of torture. It's weird. ESPN almost never shows MLS live scores on the front page of their app on the Roku, but for some reason last night was like the first time they did it.
Yeah, sometimes they do ruin games. It drives me crazy. Even when I try to set it where it doesn't, it still will.
Is that even an option? I don't remember.
I don't know. I thought it was. I know it is on the MLB app.
I know NFL does it.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN, come on, man.
Get your shits together. You're ESPN.
Yeah.
You're ESPN, man.
All right, so what did you like about these two matches?
I think my biggest like is probably from the game against Miami, is that something we rarely see from this team is going up a man and taking advantage of it. Not going up a man and praying you hold on and get a result, which is what we usually see with this team.
Which was technically what happened in New York City.
Yeah, that's that. Right. Yep. Again, it's against a not great Inter side. But I appreciate that they scored 2 more goals. Emphatic win. That's what you do when you're up a man. You go for the throat. You kill the other team off, and you get a big victory. So that was good to see on the road, no less. I know they suck, but I'll take it. I'll take a win. It gave us something to be happy about for a short amount of time.
Yeah, that Miami game was really surprising. I double-checked. All of us predicted losses for both games this past week.
Yep.
Which, given the stretch that they had, is not a surprising set of predictions.
No. Yeah.
But to go down to Miami where it was sweltering hot, where 5 minutes in, everybody was drenched, and look like a team that was playing in Miami full year like of the two teams that were playing last night, a week ago, Miami was the team that was gassed, and the Red Bulls looked like they had boundless energy, which is weird because the Red Bulls never have boundless energy.
No.
I think what the Miami game proved is something everybody that follows this team closely knows. This team is set up for one thing and one thing only. That is constant pressure. And if you don't continue constant pressure, you are going to give up goals. I mean, all these losses we've seen have been, all the mistakes that have been when we let up on terms of pressure.
Yep. Especially when we go up a goal.
Yeah.
I would love to just kind of quit
on
it.
Like you look at the Columbus game. When we were pressuring Columbus, if we made mistakes, we were making them so far up the field that we had time to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And mistakes are going to happen. It's just the way of life. But the pressure kept the mistakes away from goal. The mistakes towards the end were because we were ceding possession. We were letting them hold the ball in our defensive third, content to ride out this game with a back line that still hasn't played consistently together, and Columbus just took advantage. This team's DNA ever since 2015 has been to pressure the ball all game long. You may drop the pressure line back a little bit, but you were always at least pressuring them in their half of the field.
Yeah.
And when they've gone away from that, ever since 2015, things have gone wrong. We saw it in the Atlanta playoff game. We saw it with Chris Armas because he decided he was going to play more possession style. We're seeing it with Struber when he decides that after 20 minutes we can't continue pressing and drops back. Like, look at when we've scored goals. Forget the New York City game, but the 3 games before that, the first goal we always scored was within the first 15, 20 minutes, right?
Yep.
That's clearly our sweet spot is pressure teams early, making them forcing a mistake and getting them on the back foot.
Yep.
The problem is that we never capitalized. Miami was the one exception. I mean, hell, I think Miami's the first game we scored 3 goals in this year. Without double checking, I think it is legitimately the first one we scored 3 or more.
Yep.
So I still don't think we're making the playoffs. I honestly don't want to make the playoffs at this point because I don't want to deal with the hope for the one game. But if Struber's going to stay next year, which seems like it could be a 50-50 at this point because there's rumors of him going back to Europe. If you're going to be a high-press team, play to that DNA.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to play that DNA, that's fine, but then get the players to suit the style that you want to play.
Right.
That's all we need to do, honestly. Kamala looked like a world-class striker because the rest of the team was doing their job and getting him the ball in dangerous positions. And I could argue there should have been a second red card in the Miami game, but that's nobody's ever. Even instant replay didn't talk about that foul. That should have been that should have been borderline dog sale. So, bottom line, we're not making the playoffs. I don't at this point. That's where my expectations are. If we win a few more games, great. Just don't get my hopes up.
Don't worry. They don't have any plans of doing that. Don't worry.
They always have a plan of it. It happens every time.
Not this year.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. Anything else from these 2 matches before we move on?
No. I think we can move on from here.
All right. Prediction standings. Honestly, I have not updated the points totals recently, but we all predicted losses, so nobody changed anything in the last week.
Did you add my perfect 1-1 game from the previous time?
I have to go back. I honestly, because of work, I think the spreadsheet's off by a month or 2.
Yes, yes.
But don't worry, I know you are in the lead right now.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping that belt. It's right over there. I'm keeping it.
All right, well, let's see how big of a lead you'll get because we got two more games to talk about.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
And just wait, October's going to be rough too. I'm pretty sure anyway. Let me check the calendar real quick because I want to see what October looks like for the Red Bulls.
It's not as bad. Trust me, I'm looking right now. Not as bad.
Still 6 games in October.
Right, but not as crazy.
It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there were 6 games in September, but they were compressed. So, all right. So let's talk about the first game, which is at New York City FC on Saturday, September 24th, 8 p.m. It'll be on MSG or MLS Live. So, which kind of sucks because we're going to get the NYC broadcast. So that'll be fun. Pat did not give us predictions. I don't know. He's working tonight. I don't think he saw the request for it. So Truman, what do you think is going to happen against New York City FC?
Nothing good. Because I don't think we're going to be so lucky as we were in this game to sneak out that last-minute draw. I'm going to go 2-0 loss. They definitely love to keep themselves in these games, and they usually don't give up more than 2 goals. I think they've only done that once or twice so far this year. But I don't think NYC FC is going to make the same mistake twice and keep this team in it for that long, especially on the road. Red Bulls are not having a lot of success at Ballpark Stadium recently, so I'm not feeling good about it.
So I don't think they're going to win. But I think they are going to draw. There's a few reasons why. One, the postage stamp field at Yankee Stadium definitely plays up the high press style if we were to stay with it for 90 minutes. And New York City FC did lose 2 players this past week, or this past game. So they're down 2 starters going into this game on Saturday. So I don't think we're going to win, but I think we're going to draw. I think we can get away with that. We can sneak away with at least a point. So I'm going to go with the repeat 1-1 draw on the road. Keep this series tied up. All right. Next is Philadelphia Union. We're going to play them at home on Wednesday, September 29th, 7:30 p.m. Again, MSG or ESPN Plus. Truman, what do you think is going to happen against Philly, one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference?
Well, I'd like to quote Kevin Malone and just say, Philly, Philly, Philly. Everyone loves Philly. I hate Philly. Me crossing my arms, being all mad. Fuck that town. It's a terrible place. We all know it. It's awful. I hate it. They're not that great. They're in 7th place. They're barely in a playoff spot. They're fighting for a spot with DC.
I didn't realize they were that far down the standings.
Yeah, so they stink like stinky butts. I'm going to say we're going to win that game 2-1 for no reason whatsoever. None. Absolutely none. There's no reason why they should win that game. But Philly is a terrible place. We all know it. We've known it for years. Nothing's going to change until they just drop it off the face of the earth. Philly stinks. Yuck.
Garbage town with garbage people. I don't. You know what? Screw it. Predictions. If I'm not going to win the predictions, I might as well go crazy and see if I get lucky. I'm going to go with another 4-0 win. Because apparently we're good against teams fighting for a playoff spot that are not DC.
That is wild.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen, honestly. But you know what? If it does, then I get 3 points. So
there you go.
I'll probably not win the belt realistically, so if I hit one here or there, maybe I'll get lucky. All right. New York Red Bulls 2, their last match. Hey, guess what? They won also.
Wow.
I know. It's almost like both teams at the same exact time decided to break their bad streaks. They won 3-2 at the Charleston Battery. Their next matchup is Sunday, September 26th versus at at the Real Monarchs at 9:30 p.m. They're still number 7 in the conference. I'm pretty sure that means they're missing the playoffs because we suck this year on both sides.
They want to be like the big boys.
Yeah. Gotham FC, no update since last week because they didn't play. The next match is still September 25th against North Carolina Courage, 3 p.m. Still sitting 8th in the NWSL. I don't know how many games they have left, so they might have a chance to get it back into the playoffs, but hopefully they work that out. After such a strong start to the season, they deserve to make it in. All right, with that, it is time for the dumping grounds.
I'm the trash man.
All right, so before we get to the stuff I've written down, do we have any sports-related dumping ground stuff I want to talk about?
No.
No. Okay.
One of it's kind of, it's almost sports related. It's semi-sports.
True. All right. So we'll start with this one. Ted Lasso pretty much ran the fucking Emmys this year.
Who saw that coming? I certainly didn't.
I mean, I saw them doing well. I didn't see him winning so much, though.
I mean, they got. Oh wait, hold on. Play it again.
Shut up, Thierry Henry.
Yeah, there it is. So
right.
Best Actor, Best Supporting Actor, and Best Show, Best Comedy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna read out all 11 awards that they won.
Damn.
So Outstanding Comedy Series, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Series for Jason Sudeikis, Best Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series goes to Brett Goldstein, who plays Roy fucking Kent. Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series, Hannah Winningham, a.k.a. Rebecca. Outstanding Mixing for a Comedy or Drama Series. Outstanding Single Camera Picture Editing for a Comedy Series. Outstanding Casting for a Comedy Series. Documentary or Non-Fiction Special for the episode called Boys State. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. That went down to Apple's. 11 was for Apple TV, so ignore the last 4. So 7 for Ted Lasso. Still pretty damn good.
Yeah.
The best part was the best supporting actor. There was I think 3 of the people were from Ted Lasso. So they had a 3-4. They had a 75% chance of winning the category.
And they get it for Roy Kent, which is just the best part.
It's fucking embarrassing.
Damn it, that was the wrong button.
Still fun.
Like shit.
Better.
Tell us how you really feel. Okay, you're a shit manager.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Winning an Emmy for cursing nonstop.
Shut up, Thierry Henry.
First of all, also love that episode, especially that Thierry Henry was in it a ton.
Three different times that phrase is used.
Yeah. Fun. That was a very weird episode, but I totally enjoyed it.
Yeah, so if you have not checked out Ted Lasso, absolutely do it. It's worth it. Honestly, Apple TV Plus might be worth the $5 a month, given the stuff they have. I got to check out. Tom Hanks has the World War II. I forget what they call it, the battleship movie that he has in there.
That's a movie. I'll tell you. It's something. It's a film.
It's a film. Okay.
If you don't like naval talk, don't watch that movie because that movie is 99.99% naval talk.
So basically, if you're not a military buff.
Yeah, you won't know what the hell. We were watching it. My wife's like, "What the fuck are they talking about?" I said, "Okay, I gotta pause this and explain half the things." So yeah, lots of Navy talk in that one. I'll mention something. Oh, sorry, real quick about Ted Lasso, which is really funny. One of their executive producers is Jamie Lee, who is a comedian who I saw years and years and years ago. I don't even know how long ago it was. It was probably 10 years ago. Do stand up in the old kitchen of a bar in Greenwich Village. because my friend Jake Flores was doing stand-up that night, and I went to support him. And very funny Nick Turner hosted and headlined. Nick Turner, you can find anywhere. It's super, super funny. And there was Jamie Lee doing stand-up, and she was absolutely hilarious. And now she is winning Emmys for Ted Lasso, a show that she knows nothing about. She knows nothing about soccer, self-admitted, knows nothing about sports, but definitely hitched her wagon to the right fucking show, which is so crazy.
It's really Bill Lawrence, because Bill Lawrence he's been very successful on multiple shows at this point. Like, he ran Scrubs. I don't think he ran Spin City, but he was a major player, major writer on the show. Like, Bill Lawrence just has it in him. He has whatever it is that can produce shows. He just has it.
I want to be an executive producer. I gotta get on that somehow. I guess just have lots of money or something, right? And go, yeah, this show's gonna work. Yes.
Yeah. Or know people with much money.
That's right. I'll get that money. Don't worry. My name, Roy fucking Kent.
Oh, the best part was, so I guess because of COVID and all that stuff, they can't have the press there. So they were doing like a 5-minute interview with Jason Sudeikis and the cast of the shows behind him. And the last person to ask a question asks them to do the Roy fucking Kent chant.
Huh.
And they all just start doing it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I can't remember the guy's name. The guy that plays Beard, I'm pretty sure, was the most enthusiastic to do it. But yeah, Apple TV has a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
So there's Ted Lasso, for musicals. If you like musicals, there's Schmigadoon and Central Park. The hell's the one with Rob? The guy from It's Always Sunny.
I don't watch the shows because it's based off a terrible place.
Based off a terrible place?
Yeah, Philadelphia.
No, not. That's not the show I'm talking about. I'm talking about one of the actors from that show.
Well, all right, I'm still saying I wouldn't know anything who's on that show because, well, I know Charlie Day's on the show. Speaking of, let's talk about that.
Okay, yeah. So, Nintendo had if you're not familiar with Nintendo, they have this thing called Nintendo Direct, which basically is their way of announcing games and features and stuff. They've announced a new Super Mario Brothers animated movie to release in December of 2022. And now I wish I had grabbed sound clips from the original Super Mario Brothers for this. But, oh well. The announcement was today, and these are the names that they've announced. Chris Pratt is going to be voicing Mario. Charlie Day is going to voice Luigi. Anna Taylor-Joy's Princess Peach. Honestly, I'm not familiar with her. Like, the name doesn't ring a bell. I'm pretty sure if you told me something, I'd probably remember it, but Keegan-Michael Key is going to play Toad, which I think is a very interesting choice.
Yep.
Seth Rogen is going to play Donkey Kong. Fred Armisen's going to play Cranky Kong. Kevin Michael Richardson's going to play Kamek. Sebastian, I got to screw up the last name, Maniscalco is going to play Spike. And possibly the weirdest but best casting choice, Jack Black is going to be Bowser.
Bowser's going to love the rock and roll.
We're going to have Kung Fu Panda play Bowser.
That's right.
I think that might be interesting. And that's going to come out right before my birthday, so that might be my when Star Wars started coming out again with Episode 7. I made it a thing of watching it on my birthday because they always release it in December.
Yep.
So this might be the movie that year that I'm going to watch on my birthday in theaters.
There you go.
And random, if you haven't watched the original Super Mario Brothers movie from the 90s, featuring Bob Haskins and John Leguizamo.
What a film!
It's campy as hell, but
what a motion picture.
Up until that point, that might have been the best video game adaptation for a movie.
And that was setting the bar very low.
Yeah, I mean, even Mortal Kombat couldn't hit that bar.
Yes.
Originally couldn't hit that bar. And Mortal Kombat's basically was a fighting tournament. Like, it should have been very simple to make that movie.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, is there anything else we want to talk about in Dumping Grounds?
No, I think that's it. We Ted Lasso this show.
Okay.
Shut up, Thierry Henry.
Jeez, why is he popping up? I don't know. So Pat's not here, so we're going to skip the betting corner. So that means it's time for Truman's terrible team of the week.
That's terrible.
Well, it's the easy choice, right? It's Inter Miami.
Yeah.
They got their asses kicked not once, but twice in less than a week. Both times giving up red cards. Both times giving up at least a goal after the red card. We beat them 4-0, and we suck. And Nashville beat them 5-1. Also in Miami, they beat them 5-1. Nashville, a much better team than we are, but still 9 goals given up in 2 games and 2 red cards. Oof.
It's interesting. Our opponents have gotten 3 red cards in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
That's a good streak to have.
That's right. Let's just keep it up.
Yep. All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about?
No, sir.
Okay, let's wrap this one up. You can visit us at patreon.com/Red Bull Rant. $1 a month is all you need for exclusive content such as our monthly wrap-up, live post games, anything we decide to do. Email us, redbullrant@gmail.com. If you want to call us, 973-348-5329. Facebook.com/Red Bull Rant. On Twitter, @Red Bull Rant. For the show, at Dr. Stooge. For myself, at The Truman for Truman. Subscribe via iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast. Last words before we get out of here.
I mean, something's got to come good of this weekend, right? All of our teams suck. It's
not going to be the Jets. I know that.
Give us something to be happy about. Give us Red Bulls fans something. I don't want just New York fans because I don't want blue teams to be happy. Give us. We need it. Just give it to us. Give us hope because we probably won't give it on Sunday. So just Saturday, for the love of God, please give us a win.
All right. So for Truman and myself, this has been episode number 378 of the Red Bull Rant. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, go Red Bulls.
Bye-bye.